Welcome guys to the first episode of English to Go. This is our first episode and I'd like to welcome you to this show. My name is Juan Morey. I'll be your teacher for the moment, and this show, English to Go, is an English show to help you, to give you tips and tricks in order for you to improve in the busy life that you're living right now. I would like to introduce our first topic for today, and it's why is spelling so difficult in English? And of course, some tips in order to improve your spelling. I have a question for those who speak Spanish as a first language and who are studying English. Have you ever heard of a spelling bee? That's right, a spelling bee. It's a contest where the students try to spell words in order to get it right. Now, if you've never heard of it and your first language is Spanish, it's probably because in Spanish it's super easy to spell words. You hear them, you can write them. But in English, that's not the case. Spelling in English is an art. It is really difficult for three main reasons. The first reason that English is so hard to spell in is that the English language has taken vocabulary from all over the world. Okay, throughout the times, with all the invasions that the English countries have suffered, and also all of the colonization that they've done, and also basically the immigration that's come in, they've taken vocabulary from a lot of different cultures. Even regular words that they use every day can come from really far away places. For example, we have the word rucksack. This is a rucksack. That word came from Germany. And then you have pajamas. You know pajamas, PJs as everyone calls them. That actually came from India. All right, so all of these words came from different places. How are you gonna have any kind of system? Reason number two that it's so difficult to spell in English is that you can't tell how a word is written just by the way that it sounds. Okay, let me give you a couple of examples to illustrate this point. We have the word hair. So the word hair, this is hair, and also this is hair. So you can see that's pretty difficult. What about Mary? We have Mary, Mary, and also Mary. I mean, there's a lot of different ways. If I just say Mary, you don't know which one I'm talking about. There are also words that are spelled the same way and pronounced the same way, but they have a different meaning. For example, we have ball and ball. And to make matters even more complicated, we have words that are spelled the same way, but pronounced in a different way. We have, for example, desert, dessert, and desert. How are you going to make sense of all of this? Even though spelling in English is difficult, we have to try to spell better. And for this reason, I'm going to give you two tips that are, okay, they're not going to do magic, okay? They are not, what did you say, magic tricks? Magic tricks. There's no magic tricks in this, all right? You're going to have to work hard on it, but it is definitely possible. The first tip is read. That's right, read. Grab anything that you can and read. The more vocabulary you take in, the better it's going to be. So tip number one, read. Tip number two, write. That's right, write. All right? If you write, if you use this vocabulary that you're taking in and then you put it into words on paper, you're exercising your brain, and hopefully all of this throughout time, it takes time, you will get better at spelling, especially the words that you know all of the time. Now we have a brief intermission. We have our word of the day section. Now this is where you and I get to go a little bit more interactive. I'm going to put the word of the day. Today's word of the day is right here. I'm not going to say it so that you don't know it. But what I would like you to do is in the comment section down below, you're going to write a sentence. And if you write a good enough sentence, I'm going to put your name and your sentence right here as a thank you, and then I'll give the next word of the day so that you can keep trying. This is almost the end of the video now, and I would like to thank you for joining us on our first time. Remember, if you're new here, make sure to subscribe, right? Subscribe so that you don't miss any future updates, and you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and all the other social media sites. Remember to like and share it with your friends. This is Juan in English to Go. You have a nice day.